Welcome to ABC31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The mega shelter at LSUA is being emptied of Texas evacuees. State officials say it's time for these families to go home to Texas. As ABC31's Shar Thomas reports in our big story, not all are pleased with that decision.
Last week, about 1,800 survivors entered the mega shelters in hopes of it being a safe haven. But today, Texas calls them home. This afternoon, Texas survivors of Hurricane Harvey loaded their belongings and pets on a bus to head to a shelter in Mesquite, Texas. Melvin Thompson, an evacuee from Orange, Texas, says he has family in the Dallas and Fort Worth area, so the change is beneficial for him. On the other hand, that is not the case for Gary McCarter, another evacuee from Orange. McCarter says it's too far from home, but with rumors floating around that Hurricane Irma will pass through Alexandria, it's probably best.
I do have family. I got brothers and sisters down in that area. I'm from Dallas, Fort Worth area, so they're shooting me back to where I came from 2.5 years ago and stuff.
Well, we didn't really want to, but we heard that the hurricane, that Irma, is headed this way and is getting closer and closer. So the best out is that they're going to pull us out to another shelter. But I'd rather stay here, but no other choice but to come out.
Transportation of the survivors from Louisiana to Texas continues through Thursday until everyone is safely back in their home state to start restoring their lives. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
Alexandria City and Ward Marshal Terrence Grind sent a one-sentence letter today to the Secretary of State to resign his post. The 49-year-old Grinds has a court appearance Friday before Judge Tom Yeager in the 9th Judicial District Court. He's expected to plead guilty to malfeasance, drug distribution, and resisting arrest. He's also expected to be sentenced at that time. Grinds is leaving a lucrative post that would ordinarily have expired in 2020. Those knowledgeable about that job say he has been one of the highest paid elected officials in the parish, making some $240,000 a year. The police jury will need to call a special election for Grinds' successor, and at least 6 people have so far been touted as possible candidates. Meanwhile, Grinds' chief deputy will take over that post until the election. Alexandria police report a Labor Day weekend shooting on Beatrice Street. The 24-year-old man was found unresponsive but alive late Sunday night, though he later died at a local hospital. That victim's name is not being released. A woman leaves her house and comes back to find a man inside. Around 8 a.m., a woman left her home located on Polk Street. She returned about 30 minutes later to find a man in her home who claimed he had a gun. The woman ran to a nearby neighbors and called police. She told them she did not see the man leave her home and was unsure if he was still inside. The special response team was called to make entry and clear the home, and no one was found inside. Rapides deputies have arrested 4 people for break-ins in the Kellyland subdivision. They include Mayon D'Amico Jones Jr. and Samwan Deshaun King, both 17. Javon Dominic Barnes and Nicholas Joel McQuarn, both 18. They are all from Alexandria. Deputies say the burglars also hit homes in the Hideaway subdivision and on England Drive. 2 juvenile offenders were also issued citations and released to their parents. The Northern and Central Louisiana Interfaith and Together Louisiana groups confronted jurors this afternoon during a police jury meeting to discuss corporate tax exemptions. Members of the local groups voiced their criticisms of the industrial tax exemption program and argued that the loss of revenue can hurt schools and the community as a whole. A second meeting on the same topic is in session at the Rapides Parish School Board. We'll have updates on that tomorrow evening. Cooler weather and lower humidity will give Senla the first taste of fall. Let's get the latest now from meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We got a cold front moving in, and today, well, might be the last day where we see temperatures like this. Well, probably not, but we're at least going to get a break from it for a while. 91 degrees today, pretty seasonable considering our average for this time of year is 91 degrees. No rain overnight tonight, but we do have showers moving into the forecast for the day tomorrow, along with that cold front, and then some fantastic weather on the way. Of course, I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Ross. The Pineville Sonic Drive-In team of servers will once again compete in games next month in Colorado. They call themselves the Who Dat Tots and are among the group of 12 who will compete for the gold medal. This is the team's 5th consecutive appearance in the national competition. which inspires friendly competition among crew members and encourages team building. Former U.S. Attorney Stephanie Finley met with Craig Myrtle High School alums over the weekend. She was nominated for a federal judgeship, but her name never surfaced because the Louisiana senators are considering others for the many vacancies in the state. But she says she's still looking forward to more public service.
I am officially retired and just transitioning that next step in my life, hoping to just, again, like a lot of these people here, blaze some new trails and be a part of the community to help serve in any way that I can. My experiences with both the military and the U.S. Attorney's Office have been valuable, and so I'm just taking my time.
This was Finley's first public event since retiring from the U.S. Department of Justice. She is a Pineville, Louisiana native, was the first woman to serve as a U.S. attorney in the state of Louisiana. The Rotary Club of Alexandria welcomed Glenda Stock today. Stock is currently a co-producer of a program on KLAX TV called On Point Talk Television with Carlette Christmas.
We interview local and regional guests, and we talk about things that we feel will inspire, uplift, and encourage people. We are very, very proud of many of our local guests that are often on our show. It gives us a chance to showcase some of our real heroes here in our community.
Glenda has earned a number of awards over the years and currently serves on the LSUA Foundation Board, Red Cross Advisory Board, CLA Cabrini Quality Board Committee, and the CLETA Boards. Lagniappe Theater's new production of The Wizard of Oz will be hitting the stage this week.
It's very, very exciting. The witch is going to fly. There's going to be effects going on all the time, all kinds of stuff. There's going to be snow on the audience. There's going to be wind on the audience. In fact, the first 4 rows, we're calling it Tornado Alley because all of the effects are going to be happening right over the audience. You would like to get tickets?
Yes.
Give us a call at 318-48-STAGE or 318-487-8243 for those not-so-smart phones, or get us online, which is actually the easiest way to do it. You can buy your tickets online. They can be printed at home, they can be sent to your phone, or as usual, we can always have them in the box office, and that's www.lagniappetheater.com.
Performances of The Wizard of Oz will begin on Thursday, September 7th. You can visit the Lagniappe Theater website to find out more about tickets and showtimes. The harvesting of the first rice crop in South Louisiana is nearly complete, and growers are just beginning in North Louisiana. Wet conditions during the growing season and throughout harvest have some farmers feeling less optimistic about this year's crop. LSU Ag Center correspondent Craig Gautreaux has more.
Optimum planting weather at the beginning of the season turned to wet and overcast conditions during the growing and harvest seasons for Louisiana rice farmers. The unfavorable weather has caused disappointing yields for many growers in South Louisiana.
All those things have made the yields that we're seeing in Southwest Louisiana very variable. And in some cases, probably a below average year this year.
The poor growing conditions that cause some grain heads to go unfilled and a disease called sheath blight are the primary reasons for the lower yields. Another concern for growers in South Louisiana is wet fields are being rutted up by the combines, and this rutting will adversely affect the second or ratoon crop.
Anytime we do the ratoon crop, we want to harvest on dry ground so we don't rut the fields, because if we rut the fields, that's less area that's going to come back for the ratoon crop.
It's a different story for farmers in northeast Louisiana. Harold says the weather has not been as harsh on the crop there, and it is in much better condition.
The crop up there has looked tremendously good throughout the growing season. We just hope these frequent rainfalls, events, don't cause some of our yields to drop because we're not getting in there on time.
An increase in rice prices recently may soften the blow of lower yields.
Some tough years, lean years for rice producers, so we're looking forward to these more favorable prices, especially in northeast Louisiana where we might have some higher yields.
According to Harold, about 20% of the state's rice crop is grown in northeast Louisiana. With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gautreaux reporting.
Louisiana farmers are expected to harvest about 395,000 acres of rice this year, which is down about 40,000 acres from last year.
Wait, whoa! Oh, I can't get enough of this video.
Right This Minute is TV's #1 daily viral video show. Right This Minute.
Coming this fall on KLAX TV.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Ross Whitley. We're watching a cold front quickly approaching our area, starting to enter the northern parts of the state. And you see a lot of lightning going on with this as well. The count is way up there. If you can actually read the numbers in the top corner of your screen here, there's over 4,000 lightning strikes being registered in our state alone at the current moment. So that is a lot of lightning. So as this continues to move further and further south, we're going to continue to hear those rumbles of thunder and probably seeing a little bit of lightning as well. As we zoom in a little bit closer to the city itself, you can see it's not even on the screen yet, so just entering the northern part of the state. Alexandria does have a little lone shower there and a couple thunderstorms starting to pop up to the south of Shreveport as well. But this front should be entering into the area somewhere a little after midnight tonight when we start to see those storms. Our high temperature out there today, another hot, steamy one. It was 91 degrees here in Alexandria, 90 in Natchitoches, 90 in Monroe as well as Shreveport, looking at 92 degrees. And luckily for us, it's going to be the last of those 90s, at least for a few days, about 5 or 6 days. Overnight tonight, thunderstorms in spots after midnight, about a 50% chance of rain. I would say most will see at least some rain tonight, probably a quick downpour, maybe lasting 20 to 30 minutes. You might hear some thunder out there as well as those lightning strikes continue to go on, and then it'll be gone as that front continues to push off to our south. What to expect? Well, brief morning showers tomorrow, much less humid and not nearly as warm. We're going to be about 11 degrees cooler tomorrow than we were today, and it couldn't come at a better time, honestly. Plenty of sunshine out there and low humidity continuing as we go throughout the rest of the week, and more sunshine on the way. All good news. This cold front pushes through the area tomorrow morning well off to our south, and it's going to keep on going down to the Gulf of Mexico, which is good news because there is some tropical interest down in the Bay of Campeche down there, but this cold front's just going to push it on down, and we don't have to worry about that at all. The cold front continues to push off to the east-southeast, and then all eyes will be focused on Irma and where it eventually ends up going. Unfortunately, this cold front not going to influence Irma that much, so we're going to be watching for other steering currents to move that path. Now, the remains uncertainty is because, well, one trough could grab this storm, take it north of Florida, or we could be looking at it going basically through the peninsula of Florida. And then there's even the other option where almost nothing touches it. It shoots the gap in the straits here, and then we could be looking at something either in Alabama, Mississippi, or the Florida Panhandle. Luckily, I don't think it's going to make it this far west, but of course, I'll keep you informed as we know more. Looking at our highs tomorrow, right near 81 degrees, a 60% chance of showers in the morning, and our 7-day forecast, let's just spell it out, beautiful after we go through the cold front tonight. So get out there and enjoy the weather.
To you, it's just an old coat, but to an underprivileged child, it's a warmer winter. Please help us collect coats for kids before the cold months get here. You can drop off new or gently used coats at a location near you. All coats are cleaned and distributed right here in our community. The KLAX Coats for Kids Drive is sponsored by First Federal Bank, Southern Heritage Bank, Bank of Montgomery, Kramer Funeral Home, Take 5 Oil Change, South Park Cleaners, and LaSalle Printing and Office Supply.
Good evening, welcome back to KLAX ABC31 Sports. I'm Zach Siminar. The Northwestern State Demon volleyball team is coming off of a stellar week that saw the Demons go 3-1 with wins over Alcorn State, Jackson State, and Troy. The Demons' busy slate continues this week with little to no time to prepare thanks to the Labor Day holiday. NSU will travel to Oxford for the Rebel Classic. The Demons will take on Ole Miss, Mercer, and a red-hot Austin P. Governor squad in just 2 days. Typically, tournaments like these are played on Friday and Saturday, but the challenge will be daunting for Sean Kirikoff's team with games starting Thursday.
When we're playing tournaments, it's always hard to put together scouts, for 3 teams and to be able to do each team justice and be able to provide that information to the girls but not overload them. So that's always hard. But we're going to be happy to be able to play Ole Miss, right away and kind of jump on them. It's going to be a tough match. Mercer and Austin P are both having great seasons so far. And Austin P is really on a roll, so they're going to be difficult. But I think from a matchup standpoint, from size and athleticism and stuff, it'll be pretty evenly matched for us.
All right, well, thanks for watching. and have a great night.
Only one doctor brings health right to your home. Dr. Oz.
Every day is a new chance for change, and everyone can start right now.
With all new ways to feel, encouraged, inspired, hopeful, confident, proud, positive, special, feel better every day. Make an appointment with Dr. Oz. Check in for your daily checkup.
Dr. Oz, airing weekdays at 11 on KLAX TV. Stay connected with KLAX ABC31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.